one day connected to tomorrow. The night city is quiet, enveloped in a cold air. Akira walks with unsteady steps, his gaze fixed on the ground. His shoulders feel heavy, as if he's carrying an invisible burden. Even the light from the street lamps appears blurry to his eyes. A vague sense of emptiness swirls within Akira's heart. Struggling with work and life, he feels as though nothing he does is ever rewarded. Exhausted by these unrelenting days, he pays no attention to the sounds around him or the presence of others, retreating into his own world as he continues to walk. He takes a deep breath and sits down on a bench. Closing his eyes, all that comes to mind are the daily struggles and anxieties. What meaning could there possibly be in a life like this? He asks himself, letting out an even deeper sigh. In Akira's vision, shrouded in darkness, a small light flickers. With a vacant gaze, he tries to find where it's coming from. Then, he notices an old piece of paper lying on the roadside. It was merely reflecting a faint glimmer of light. Driven by a strange feeling, he picks up the piece of paper. It's slightly crumpled, as if it had been touched many times. However, the words written on it remain clear: "Tomorrow will surely be better." For a brief moment, Akira cracks a smile. But the heaviness in his heart doesn't fade so easily, and the smile quickly vanishes. Words of comfort from someone else won't reach me now, he mutters bitterly, tucking the paper into his pocket. The moment he puts the piece of paper in his pocket, Akira notices an old man sitting next to him. It's as if the man had been there the whole time, quietly seated without making a sound. Though surprised, Akira says nothing, and the old man simply gazes at him with warm, gentle eyes. The old man gives a gentle smile and says, "You're young, but you seem to carry a heavy burden on your face." Akira, slightly hesitant, begins to share his troubles. The pressure of work, the difficulties of human relationships, the anxieties about the future. Problems he normally wouldn't voice out start flowing naturally. The old man listens quietly, nodding occasionally, taking in everything Akira says. When Akira pauses, struggling to find words, the old man looks off into the distance and, in a calm voice, begins to speak. Today, the day you wish to end your life, is the tomorrow that someone longed to live yesterday. These words strike Akira, leaving him stunned. They resonate deeply in his heart, filling him with a sensation he has never felt before. The old man's eyes seem to be gazing into distant memories, and within him, Akira senses a profound sadness. "What do you mean?" Akira asks, and the old man begins to speak slowly. In his youth, the old man had a beloved family, but one day, their lives were suddenly taken away. If only his loved ones could have lived for just one more day, how happy they would have been. The depth of his loss was beyond words, yet he chose to keep living and has walked all the way to this very moment. As Akira listens to the story, tears well up in his eyes. The realization that he is living the tomorrow that someone else had wished for makes his own troubles seem a little different. Taking the old man's words to heart, Akira silently gazes up at the night sky for a while. He takes a deep breath and reflects on his life up to this point. Despite all the pain he's faced, he feels a small sense of pride for having made it to this very moment. When Akira turns around to thank the old man, he finds that he's already gone, with only the piece of paper fluttering in the wind, as if reminding him of the old man's words. Clutching the paper in his hand, Akira resolves, "I'll try living one more day." He then notices that the city, once shrouded in gloom, now appears just a bit more vibrant. The next morning, Akira wakes up with a new sense of purpose. The old man's words from the previous day still resonate in his heart. While his work and daily life may not have changed drastically, a small light now shines within him. From that day on, Akira begins to see things a bit more positively. Even when faced with hardships, the thought that he is living the tomorrow someone else once wished for lingers in the corner of his mind, giving him strength. Akira's story ends with his own new step forward. Yet, the old man's words continue to live on in his heart, serving as a guiding light that encourages him. With a message that says, "Everyone is living the tomorrow someone else once wished for." I hope you cherish and walk forward with that tomorrow. Thank you for watching.